It is said that the heart of the human problem is the human heart. That is the real problem in this world. Where is your heart? Where your heart is, there is your treasure. Why do people in the world live for themselves? Why are they blind to the sufferings of others, oblivious to the needs of others, only thinking about themselves, about their pleasure, about their enjoyment, and not about others, and certainly not about God? And so this is where it is important for us to reflect. When people live for themselves, when people only live for this world, it is because they have lost their perspective in life. And it all begins because a man no longer is in contact with God. When we lose God in our life, then we can only rely on this world and on ourselves and even on men. When God is out of focus, everything is also out of focus. When there is no God, when we do not think of God, then we do not think of eternity. We think only of this earth, as if we are going to live here forever. It's not so much a question of whether we are wealthy or whether we are poor, but how do we use our resources? What motivates us in using whatever resources the Lord has blessed us with? Are these resources only for our enjoyment, for our interest, or are the resources that God has given to us actually is given to us on trust to reach out to others, on trust to serve others? Resources that the Lord has given to us, they are never ours. They are never given just for ourselves. They are given for ourselves insofar as we use them for others, and our life becomes meaningful. Our life becomes rich. Not riches, but our life is rich in love, rich in mercy, rich in meaning. That is what makes a person fully alive. That is why you notice that people in this world, they go for one thing after another, from one enjoyment to another, one pleasure to another, and they are never satisfied. Their heart is always restless, because the truth is nothing in this world can ever fulfill you. No matter how much food you have, how much fun you have, your heart will remain empty and restless. So today, we have to ask ourselves, where is our heart? Is your heart empty? Is your heart restless? Where are your priorities in life? What perspective do you have in living your life? Because your perspective, if you're living for eternity, then you will take care of how you live today. But if you're not living for eternity, you're just living for this world, then it doesn't really matter much. Because whatever you do, whatever you make, whatever wrong, everything ends with death. But if it is in view of eternity and this life is so short, then we need to be really asking ourselves, how are we preparing for this eternity? How do we use whatever the Lord has given to us? Do we use them well? And this is where this invitation during this season of Lent, that we continue to reach out to others, not to be oblivious to the sufferings of others, to be sensitive to the struggles of others. Because when we are sensitive, this is how and what makes us alive. If we want to have a peaceful heart, if our heart is at rest, then we really need to listen to the Word of God attentively. We need to listen to all the warnings given to us by the Lord, all the exhortation. Most of all, I think it's very important to ask this ultimate question: Do you find rest in your soul? If there is no rest in your soul, then something is not quite right. That means your perspective is wrong. Your priorities are wrong. And you need to reorder yourself to find peace.